This is awkward for so many reasons. Oh, oops. Hey nerds, it's Tiri. Welcome back to my show. This video is mostly going to be a BlizzCon recap, plus some information about Warlords of Draenor releasing tonight. So sign up. As most of you know, Warlords of Draenor for World of Warcraft is releasing at 12 a.m. Pacific time, technically tomorrow, but for most people that's considered tonight, Thursday, November 13th. That is 1 a.m. Mountain, 2 a.m. Central, and 3 a.m. Eastern Time. Oceanic servers will see Warlords of Draenor released at the same time as the US. Europe, 12 a.m. Central, November 13th. Korea, 12 a.m. KST, November 18th. And China and Taiwan will see it at 12 a.m. Central, November 18th. I am going to be live streaming tonight, at least by midnight, when I will be attempting to log in. That should be somewhat entertaining because people usually have issues because the servers want to crash and explode. The servers seem to get better at dealing with the amount of people trying to log in with each expansion from my experience, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, just a side note, I may start my live stream a little bit earlier, but I will start at least by 12 a.m. and that is at twitch.tv/Tirinei. So I hope to see you there so we can explore Draenor together. For those of you catching yourself up on what is going on with Warlords of Draenor, I will put the most up-to-date guide to the expansion launch in a link in the description for you to check out. Those of you that live near Irvine, California can head on over to GameStop at the Irvine Spectrum Center and get your box or a piece of World of Warcraft memorabilia signed by Blizzard devs. This is starting at 12:01 Thursday morning. Link with the address in the description. Blizzard announced this new Argi pet, which is freaking adorable, and I think I might have to have it. When you purchase it between December 3rd and December 31st, all of the adoption fee, which is $10, goes towards the Red Cross to assist in the Ebola relief efforts. Before going into my BlizzCon recap, I would just like to say thank you for those of you that said hi to me at BlizzCon. It really means a lot to me to meet the people behind the screen. One of the cool films that Blizzard released at BlizzCon was Looking for Group. It's a documentary featuring Blizzard employees as well as fan stories leading up to the release of Warlords of Draenor. It was featured at BlizzCon, but I will put a link in the description if you haven't seen it yet. It's actually kind of a tearjerker in some spots. I might have actually cried, although I was surrounded by thousands and thousands of other nerds that were like feeling all the feels, and so it was just like, bah! One of the awesome games, one of the biggest announcements made at BlizzCon, you may have already heard of Overwatch. It will be coming out sooner than you think. That's all we know. My very hopeful guess is that we may be able to get into beta sometime within the first few months of 2015. But that is totally my guess. Nobody said anything about that. Anyway, you can currently opt in for beta, and I highly recommend it. I did demo it at BlizzCon, and it's super fun. It's a team-based shooter game, and if you've ever played TF2, it's very similar to that in that you have two teams and you go out into the field and fight each other, and you have different obstacles and things you have to protect. The characters are extremely diverse. There are gameplay videos you can check out. I'll put a link in the description to their website, and also at the bottom of that is where you can sign up for beta. It just links you to your battle.net page. And I will say, because I know someone will ask, I played Mercy, which is a healer support character, and I played Tracer, which is like a DPS guardian type person, I think. She's awesome. She has a friggin' grappling hook and shoots people in the face. Mercy is an awesome healer. I think it's called Guardian. You like pull yourself to someone and heal them, and you can resurrect, which is fantastic. I really think I'm leaning towards those two characters for the most part, but the nice thing about this game is that you can switch characters often, even in battle. I'm not 100% sure if it's like when you die or what, because I didn't try that when I featured the game, but you can switch your characters constantly and switch up the match by doing that. It looks super fun, so check it out, and I hope to see you in the beta when that comes out. It was a serious tearjerker. If you haven't seen the video, it was the BlizzCon opening ceremony where Chris Metzen initially announced it, and there were about 3 times that he visibly had to stop himself from crying. And I was just like building up like, oh my God, this is so emotional and great. So I just want to say, I love you, Chris Metzen, for your heart and your dedication to games that you make and take any part in. And I'm just super excited to see Overwatch. So there's my bit. The next big announcement I have from BlizzCon is Starcraft 2 is coming out with an expansion called Legacy of the Void, where you play Hierarch Artanis. Your homeworld was taken and brought down by the Zerg years ago, but now it's time for your comeback. You've got the Golden Armada army behind you, and you are gonna rip some Zerg bits apart. They're gonna be bits after you rip the whole Zerg apart. I'm really excited to see this story. Check the link in the description to see the diverse Protoss characters that are featured in the story, but I am actually most excited about the different modes they're coming out with. First, we have automated tournaments, where you can join tournaments at specific times and play against participants all around the world to prove who is the best. My favorite new mode coming with Legacy of the Void is Archon mode, because 2 players can co-op in 1 base. That is going to be a lot of fun. I would love to be able to go in with a friend where your sole purpose and your goal is to control and win using the same base. Then there's the Allied Commanders objective-based co-op. Join a battle with a friend, choose a commander from your favorite race, and join in an objective-based campaign. Level up your commander for access to new units, abilities, and customization options. Check the links in the description to see what information is open to the public so far for StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void. Then for Hearthstone, we don't have a release date for this yet, but Blizzard has come up with a new expansion, Goblins versus Gnomes, and they put a lot of thought into this. When they were announcing it at BlizzCon, many of us in the audience and watching from home were thinking, oh, this must be humans versus orcs, because they prefaced it with, this Hearthstone expansion theme goes way back with 2 races and their feud, their battle in history. And then we're like, oh, Goblins versus Gnomes, what? Hearthstone's Goblins vs. Gnomes expansion is coming with over 120 new cards that you can either craft, purchase, or win. Some of these cards include the Annoyatron, or the Bomb Lobber, or Blingtron 3000. You can see more of the cards if you watch the BlizzCon livestream, Hearthstone panels. We're also going to see a whole new category of cards called the mechs, and they're mechanical creatures created and tinkered by the Goblins and the Gnomes. Many of them that are objects, like a tank or something that a character could ride in, will have a death rattle that drops whatever is riding the device when it dies, so it drops another little minion. The mechs have many cards that affect specifically mechs, such as the cards that are currently in Hearthstone that specifically affect cards with death rattles or beasts. Another new type of card we will be seeing at least 7 of are spare parts. Armor plating is an example of this. From what I could tell from watching the panel, it sounds like they're mostly going to be gotten from other cards. So like if a mech dies, basically, it could drop one of these cards, like a piece of itself that you could use on something else. That's just one example of how you might get the spare parts cards that they talked about at the panel. So I'm super excited for Goblins versus Gnomes. Definitely check the link in the description to learn more. Don't forget to sign up for the beta. The BlizzCon news for Heroes of the Storm is that they will officially be entering closed beta January 13th. So Blizzard thanks you for all of your hard work and feedback during the alpha test of Heroes of the Storm, and we'll see you in beta. The BlizzCon announcements for Diablo 3 featured the next patch, 2.1.2, where Season 2 will begin. There will be new legendary items and various other changes. I didn't watch the Diablo 3 panels at BlizzCon. I saved that stuff for the digital content, which I haven't gotten around to yet. So I would recommend going and watching the Diablo 3 BlizzCon panels for more information on that. Regarding the World of Warcraft movie that was announced to be coming out March 2016, there wasn't a whole lot released on the internet. They showed us a brief cinematic for the movie, and it was realistic. They're doing a very nice job, so I am just here to tell you, they're working on it. We have proof behind our eyeballs, those of us that went to BlizzCon, and it is amazing. It's going to be fantastic. I'm pleased. I felt like I was actually sitting there with Grommish, and it was intense. Okay? Okay. Next, I would just like to congratulate all of the winners at the Blizzcon Tournaments, specifically to Firebat, who got the first World Championship for Hearthstone. Number 1. You can't beat the first World Championship. What? I also will say that I watched some of the Heroes of the Storm tournaments. Specifically, the team Low Expectations kicked some major butt. Other than that, I didn't watch much tournament-wise, so if you're interested in seeing how that went, check the links in the description. Lastly, the contests they did at BlizzCon were amazing. It was fun to finally get to see them in person. The costume contest first place winner was Brandy Wilson as Grand Empress Shakzir, and man, that costume looked really hard to walk in. So that was awesome. There were a ton of amazing costumes there, and I would have loved to have seen a bunch of them get first place, but that just doesn't work. The talent show portion of the contest was won by Awesome City Limits. The fan art first place went to Shembo with I Remember Your Eyes. And the movie first place winner went to Mashanga with The Sore Loser. Again, guys, check the link in the description to see all of the other winners in these contests. They all did a fantastic job. There were some that weren't first place that I may or may not have liked a little bit more than the people who got first place, but that always happens. So definitely check them all out. They're all amazing. But anyways, BlizzCon was amazing, and I will do everything in my power to go again, if not only just to meet more of you. The closing ceremony performance by Metallica was absolutely epic. I don't know how those dudes are still rocking that hard, but I was getting tired when they were up there screaming and jumping around. And let's just say, they're not young in particular, so impressive. As a reminder, as I said before, I'm going to be live streaming tonight for the release of World of Warcraft Warlords of Draenor, so I really hope to see you there. I know there are a lot of streams going on, so just pop in and say hi at some point in time. I understand. But anyways, I hope you guys have fun if you're playing tonight and if you're watching any live streams. But for now, that is my show for today. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. Leave me a comment in the comment section letting me know why you liked or disliked this video. Check back every Wednesday for news, gaming videos in between, and obviously my live streams. I will probably be live streaming again Friday and or maybe Saturday. I'm going to do my best to stream as much as I can. So I hope to see you there at twitch.tv/Tirinei. But until then, I hope that everybody has a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Okay? I love you all. Bye.